Got to hit the light. Got to turn the light on. All right, there we go. All right, final race of the season before we jump into the preview. Definitely want to say rest in peace to Bobby Allison. We lost him. But fortunately, before he went, they did give him that 84th or 85th win. I can't remember off the top of my head. So he did get to at least enjoy that for a few weeks or a few days before he went on to the next realm. So thoughts and prayers go out to all the family members, the Allison Alabama gang, all of them. So with that, let's get into Phoenix. We'll start with the paint scheme preview. And if you want to follow along, here is the link right here in the chat. So there you go. There's the link if you want to follow along. Starting off with the one Bush Latte car, Wendy's on the C pillar there for Ross Chastain, going with the basic Bush Light scheme, but always a good scheme. Number two, Discount Tire for one Austin Cindric and his Ford Mustang. Dark Horse, Austin Dillon going with the Dow. Let's see, military degree equivalents. So there you go, Dow and their military sponsorship on the side of the three car. Nice looking tan car, digital camo. So interesting scheme there. Military doesn't use digital camo anymore because it didn't work. But interesting scheme there. Looks pretty good. Camo though, go on more digital camo. So it's digital camo day here in the desert. Barry had a little bit of trouble there in practice or qualifying, but good looking car there. Kyle Larson with the HendrickCars.com. We've seen that one about a million times. Build Submarines, we've seen this one quite a few times as well. Both of those are good for Larson and Keselowski, respectively. There, Parody Week by Gainbridge here, a dark blue with a I don't know, a cyan on the side here for Justin Haley. Good looking car. Good looking car. I like the sort of has an auto owner's feel to it. But good looking car nonetheless. 3 on the side of Kyle Busch in the number 8 Chevrolet. One of my favorite schemes. Glad it is back here for the last race here in Phoenix. All blue on the Napa number 9 for Chase Elliott today. Always a good looking scheme. Napa always does a good job, but we've seen it a million times. Nitro Circus, even though apparently they're going under, they had maybe prepaid or whatever. It goes in line with companies that are going out of business, and then you find out they're sponsoring a NASCAR car. What's up with that? Overstock was another one. Remember when they went out of business? Now they're sponsoring a car. Bed Bath and Beyond, another one. They went out of business. They're sponsoring a car. So it is what it is. Anyway, they file Chapter 11 so they can reorganize. They never really actually go out of business, so that's why. But it is an interesting trend that they sponsor Cup cars. Got off on a tangent. Nitro Circus, good looking car for Noah Gragson. Not even 5 minutes in, and we're on a tangent here. Number 11, FedEx Toyota here for Denny Hamlin. Good looking car, their base scheme. Always a good looking scheme, though. Good to see FedEx. You don't see FedEx as often as you're used to seeing them. So always good when they're at the track. Menards on the side of the Ryan Blaney machine with Richmond water heaters on the front of that Ford Mustang. Dark Horse as he goes for the championship here. Mahindra tractors with a little bit of dirt on the side here for Chase Briscoe. We've seen the scheme before. Meat and Bone, always fun to say. Great sponsor. I like the Flames. Kaz Grala driving the number 15 for Rick Ware Racing this weekend. 16, Western States Flooring. Going to be on the side for Derek Kraus. Derek Kraus making another start here. So there you go. Good looking orange and black and white scheme, sort of a Halloween vibe to it, even though we're sort of transitioning here into the Thanksgiving. Fastnell on the side of the 17 for Chris Buescher, mainly blue with a little bit of black and on the front and rear end of that car. Then here's probably the one that's going to win paint scheme of the day or whatever, because it's just got a lot of nostalgia to it. His last race, he's going to start on the pole. Spoiler alert, we're going to get to that next. But Martin Truex Jr. going to drive the number 19 Tracker Boats, his original DEI paint scheme, and a little nod with the sipes on the side there with the burgundy, the gold, and the black. Interstate Batteries and DeWalt sharing the side of the number 20 for Christopher Bell. It's an interesting scheme. the colors just don't work together. This car is ugly, but individually, like if it was an all interstate batteries car, it would look good. If it was an all DeWalt car, it would look good. But this combination of green and yellow just looks like a bag of ass, and there's just no way around it. So it is what it is. But thank God the next car here is the 21 Wood Brothers car to cleanse the palette with a good paint scheme here from Motorcraft and Quick Lane on the Ford Mustang Dark Horse 22. Joey Logano also going for the championship, and we've seen that scheme, much like Larson's, about a million times. A close contender for Martin Truex Jr., though, here is going to be the Vader car for Bubba Wallace. Good looking car. You got the red lightsaber. You got Darth Vader on the side. What more do you need? Columbia putting out better Star Wars content right now than Disney is. So that's the universe we're living in. Exalta, the number 24 for William Byron, going for the title as well. Good looking scheme. I like the white. I like the red flames. Probably the better, of the Exalta schemes he's got. This is probably my favorite. I know not everybody's going to be on board with that, but this is probably my favorite Exalta scheme. 4, Fast Willie B. 31, Crycool. We've seen that one, but a bright scheme, always good. 34, Loves. Last time we'll see. Michael McDowell driving this 34 Loves Ford Mustang. So sort of the end of an era there. He's the guy that sort of took them, rode with them, built them up to the next level. So kind of a sad day to see this the last time that Michael McDowell will be driving the 34 and the Loves car. You got the Boozy Jerky here on the side of Todd Gilliland's number 38. Good looking car. 41 41 HaasTooling.com Ford Mustang for Ryan Preece. He's been on a little bit of a heater here the last 4 or 5 races. So wouldn't be surprised to see him do something here. Good looking car. Good looking scheme, but we've seen it before. 42 Mobile's worst scheme on the side of John Hunter Nemechek, but just because it's Mobile's worst scheme doesn't mean it's a bad scheme. Good looking scheme, just not as good as Mobile's other schemes on the side of that one. $43 Tree on the side of Eric Jones. The 45 is going with regular Beast Hard 6.0 malt liquor or whatever it is, Beast Energy drinks, hard cider, whatever it is. But it's on the side of Tyler Reddick's car here. Good looking car. I always like the B schemes. So and you got the Monster Eyeball there. Also McDonald's and Jordan as associate sponsors on that one. And like I said, going for the title. But we've seen it a million times. 47 going with the Silk Soy Almond Milk here. For Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and he's also got Fries on the hood of that car. So there you go, Fries, FRY', not French fries, to go with your almond milk there. 48 Ally, good looking scheme as always, but we've seen it. Mighty Firebreaker continues to be on the side for Corey LaJoy there. Another car with flames, but we've seen this one a few weekends here consecutively almost. 54 Monster Energy, just regular Monster Energy on the side of Ty-Jesus Gibbs there. So I'm gonna give the nod on the monster cars here to Ty Gibbs. I just like the OG Monster, but Tyler Reddick's car looks pretty good as well. And 66 here for Chad Fincham. 2-1 pouches Ford. So there you go. Get the not Zen, but I guess it's 2-1. I call them all Zens. It's sort of like all refrigerators or Frigidaires to some people. All sodas are Coke to everybody. I think Alabama and below. So there you go. He's got the 2-1 Zen pouches on the Ford there. 71 Focused Health for Zane Smith, and 77 Delaware Life for Carson Osvar. We've seen both of those. And another contender for paint scheme. Best paint scheme. I think it's just going to be a 3-way run here between Truex, Bubba Wallace, and Jimmy Johnson with the Vader car. You've got the Truex throwback, and then you got Jimmy Johnson with the Desert Mosaic paint job here, the Panorama. On the side of the 84 for Carvana. Good looking car, very fitting for this race. And then you got the 99 with the Cyan Blue for Daniel Suarez. Good looking car. I love it when Worldwide Express is on the side of these cars. That blue just really pops. A good looking car for Suarez, even though we've seen it before. All right, let's get to the starting lineup. Martin Truex Jr. has got your pole starting P1 with a time of 26.718. A time of 26.728. Just behind him is going to be Joey Logano, who couldn't get through tech on the first go-round. Going to lose his crew chief. Starting third is going to be the number 1 of Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, 4th. And rounding out the top 5 is going to be Chase Elliott. Ty Gibbs going 6th. Christopher Bell is 7th. William Byron, 8th. Harrison Burton with a good qualifying effort here starting in 9th. And Tyler Reddick going to run off 10th. So there you go. Of your championship contenders, 3 of them are here. Tyler Reddick, right there in 10th. And then you've got, let's see, Joey Logano. He's going to start here in 2nd. And where did the other one go? William Byron starting here in 8th. And a little bit further down, we're going to find one Ryan Blaney. But let's go to the rest of the top 15 here real quick. Austin Cindric starting 11th. Chase Briscoe 12th. Justin Haley 13th. Denny Hamlin 14th. Carson Hocevar rolling off 15th. And then 16 through 20 is going to be Alex Bowman. There he is, Ryan Blaney starting 17th. Of course, his qualifying efforts don't really matter. He can start sort of wherever. He usually goes towards a long run car, and they focus on that. So I'm not super concerned about that for the Blaney fans out there. John Hunter Nemechek rolling off 18th. Eric Jones 19th. Corey LaJoie 20th. 21 through 25 is going to be Noah Gragson, Daniel Hemrick, Jimmy Johnson, Chris Buescher, and Kyle Busch. Can he keep the streak alive today? We'll get to that with the numbers here in just a minute. 26 through 30 is going to be Derek Kraus, Brad Keselowski, Zane Smith, Bubba Wallace, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kaz Grala 31, Todd Gilliland 32, 33 for Ryan Preece, 34th Daniel Suarez, and the 35th position is going to be Michael McDowell in his final race, like I'm saying, in that 34 car. And the rest of your starting lineup is going to be Austin Dillon, JJ Yeley, Chad Fincham, Josh Berry, and Jeb Burton in the number 50 Luxedo Chevrolet. Off to a auspicious start here in the 40 car. Now let's go to the numbers and see who by the numbers is going to win this race. With an average finish of 4.1, Ryan Blaney is going to have your best average finish of the drivers on the track today. Next in line is going to be Ross Chastain at a 9.9, but Kevin Harvick does have a 6.2. So if Josh Berry can get that car together, he should have a decent car for this race, but 9.9 for Ross Chastain. 9.9 also for Denny Hamlin. So Chastain and Hamlin tied at average finish of 9.9. 10.3 for William Byron. 10.3 for Kyle Larson. 11.9 for Martin Truex Jr. the third. Kurt Busch 12.0, but not in the race. Joey Logano 12.1. Chris Buescher 13.7. Seabell 13.9. Chase Elliott 14.0. And I think that's going to be close to your top 15. Tyler Reddick at a 15.6. So there you go. That should be close to your top 10. Let's go to previous race winners. And we got a lot of single digits here in the last 7 races. So Chase Briscoe has as a previous winner, Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, William Byron, and Ross Chastain. So there you go. Of your championship contenders, William Byron has a win. Joey Logano has a win. And Ryan Blaney has 2 second place finishes. One of those second place finishes could have been a win, allegedly. Let's go to laps led here, and laps led is going to be skewed in the favor of one Joey Logano at 3:34. Ryan Blaney is going to be just behind him at 3:22. Kyle Larson at 3:11, and everybody else is below 200. But Martin Truex Jr. at 192, and he has the pole. So good-looking numbers here for Truex, good-looking numbers here for Blaney, good-looking numbers here for Logano as well. William Byron also going to have some sneaky good numbers here. He's got 171 laps led, 158 for Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott 144, 115 for Hamlin, and 114 for Chase Briscoe. And let's go to the driver averages rating. And by driver averages rating, 113 is going to go to Rocket Ryan Blaney, Old Dirty Blaney, ODB, whatever you want to call him. Kyle Larson is going to be next on that list at a 104. William Byron, 104.2. Larson, 104.9. So by driver averages numbers, it's looking like a William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano at 94.4 by their rating, just so you know, by the way. And Truex just above him at a 100.1. So those are probably going to be your 4 go-tos there. Logano, Truex, Byron, and Blaney, and throw in Kyle Larson for some spice for a top 5 there. Denny Hamlin also pretty good here, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be a Penske day. Flip a coin, Ryan Blaney or Joey Logano. I'm going to go Ryan Blaney because he's gotten so close to a win here each year, even though he's starting back where he's starting. I'm feeling like this is going to be a long run race, and I feel like that's going to play into the favor of Ryan Blaney, but you can't sleep on Joey Logano. He's great here. Like I said, you're splitting hairs, but I think those two have to be the favorite. Little bit of an advantage to Joey Logano because he's had 2 weeks to prepare for it. Like I said, you're splitting hairs. They're teammates. They're both going to have really good cars. I feel like it's going to be a Penske day, probably going to be a Ford day, but don't sleep on William Byron. Like I said, He's got really good numbers here as well. And Tyler Reddick, we've seen when the pressure's on, when the lights shine the brightest, he did what he had to do to get into the playoffs. So you can never sleep on Tyler Reddick. Those are going to be your championship picks. But I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney to win the championship. But you know what? I'm going to pick Martin Truex Jr. to win the race. I'm picking Truex Jr. to win the race. And my wild card is going to be it's going to be a heart nostalgia pick. I'm going with Kyle Busch as the wild card. All right, that's the preview. Let's jump into it and see what you guys want to talk about. Let's see. I'm going to start here with. Oh wow, you guys were talking for a long time before I got here. Let's see. Where did I post the? I'm going to start just a few above from where I posted the paint scheme preview. So we'll start off with a lot of retirements today. Rick Allen, Martin Truex Jr., and Wayne Auton, says B. That's a good point. What's up, Crystal Sparkles? Good to see you in here as well. What's up, Elise? Let's see. Kyle or Denny. Next one, LOL, says Crystal. Probably Denny, says Elise. 85th win, says IB. So it was 85 instead of 84. Flew out from New England to Arizona for this one. Enjoy the race today, everybody. Appreciate you there, TJ Moorshit. Have a good time over there in Phoenix, Avondale, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. What's up, Rosie? Good to see you on here, my friend. SC saying Jade Avitason gets a big win in the Carolina Pro Late Model Series last night at Hickory Motor Speedway. Indeed. She was well on her way to getting one at Orange County, but she didn't have a long run car. And the 88, who shall remain nameless, put the bumper to her and moved her out of the way because that's pretty much the only way that guy knows how to drive. Anyway, what's up in between the lanes? Good to see you on here, my friend. It is what it is. Official tagline of Bologna Burger Media, says Jamie Schweitzer. John P, what's up, my friend? Hey, BB, I made bologna pigs in a blanket for race day. I call them little weenies, red rocket pops for Bubba's lightsaber. It's lots of tube-shaped food, so I am understandably sweating all day. It could be the meats. It could be the excitement of championship weekend. We don't know. But once again, a great post here from John P. Work phone. Hi, y'all from North Idaho. Cassandra here. Thanks, BB, for all your hard work this season and seasons to come. I really appreciate you and all the people that come to this channel. I'll double that. Appreciate you hollering out all the people watching and helping out here. Cassandra, and we'll keep it going well into the off season. So don't worry, it's not going to slow down. But yeah, always good to hear from Cassandra. Add Truex Jr. Throwback to the diecast list, BB. If Lionel makes it, oh yeah, they're definitely going to make that. They're going to sell a ton of them. Sad about Bobby Allison. What's up, BB? Joey lost the car chief. Yep, couldn't get it through tech. What's up, Rodney? And for sure, definitely sad about Bobby Allison. I couldn't get it through tech. Lost the car chief. I don't think it's really going to matter, because they've just had so much time to prepare for it. I don't think it's really going to hurt his chances. Like I said, him and Blaney have to be the clear favorites to win the championship. But I do think Martin Truex Jr. is going to be he's going to be a monster to probably, if he doesn't shoot himself in the foot like he did at Martinsville, he's going to be a tough out here. I think he might get the win here today. I was wrong about a potential Toyota sweep this weekend, says in between the lanes. It was close to a Ford sweep until the just a chaotic end to the Xfinity race. I do want to give a shout out to Justin Allgaier. Congratulations to him. Finally gets that championship. That is awesome. Super good. And also shout out to Ty Majeski. He finally also gets truck championship. That dude can absolutely wheel. Both of those dudes can absolutely wheel. And it's great that they both finally got the championships that, in my opinion, I think they both deserve. Allgaier finally a champion, says Bumblebee. No 23 XI winner, says Crystal Sparkles. It might skew that way. We'll just have to. They could win the race, and NASCAR could probably take them to tech for a really long time. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. P.S. Go Reddick and MJ, says Jenna Allison. Indeed, and also go Rowdy. Like we're not counting Rowdy out yet. The streak is not dead just yet. Martin Truex Jr. The third, nice BB, stealing Dan Patrick's line. Indeed, actually, it was McLovin's line. To be fair. Andrew Perloff, he's the one that said Robert Griffin Jr. the third, and then it just took off from there. But yeah, definitely from the Dan Patrick show. Great run yesterday. A great race yesterday, says Crystal Sparkles. Indeed. Logo no to the back, says Jen Allison. Oh yeah, by the way, the poll question. I should probably announce that. Brand new here, first day. Who win title? The Jolo, Old Dirty Blaney, aka ODB, Wild Billy Byron, or other. Just kidding, Tyler Reddick. Right now, 38% saying Tyler Reddick. Billy Byron, he's getting 21%, 23% for the Jolo, only 19% for Old Dirty Blaney. So ODB, only 19%. We'll leave that up. 48 votes in so far. We'll see which way that one skews, one way or the other. Let's see. Wade Brown, what's up, my man? I met Wade Brown at Orange County a few maybe 2 or 3 weekends ago. So good to see you on here, my friend. What's up, Baloney? Go Byron. So he's picking William Byron here to win the championship and possibly the race. I didn't realize the Giants and Panthers went to overtime. Saw the Panthers up 17-7 after 3 quarters in Germany. Yeah, I couldn't believe it went to overtime either. I gave up on that game and switched off of it. But we'll see how it plays out here. Just a comment on the Xfinity race. A car 2 laps down spins with 4 laps to go. Doesn't smell good, says Perry Earl. Yeah, but NASCAR's race manipulation penalties are I don't know if they're enough to dissuade anybody from manipulating a race. So that's on NASCAR at the end of the day. The teams shouldn't do it, but at the end of the day, that's also on NASCAR because they didn't, in my opinion, penalize them hard enough to dissuade them from doing it. Crystal Sparkles, BB dig the sweatshirt. Appreciate you there, Crystals. Crystal, and there's let's see, the link right there dropped by One Wise Guy. I appreciate you there with the merch link. I hope Martin Truex Jr. gets a good finish today. Again, as always, Bush and Truex Jr. for the win, says in between the lanes. Yep, hopefully they can get it done. One of them has a really good shot. The other one is definitely going to be a wild card, but we'll see how it plays out. There's the Discord link right there from One Wise Guy. Perry Earl, he got turned. It wasn't intentional, says Bumblebee. Panthers beat the Giants 20-17 in overtime. Okay, so that happened in between getting ready for this. So there you go. Panthers get a win. A very rare moment. What does it mean for the NASCAR Cup Series race? Will there be chaos in the Cup Series race because the Panthers got to win? Thoughts on 2311? Stipulation that there's no charter, that Reddick and the sponsors can leave. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. And also, not for nothing, RFK basically announced that Ryan Preece is going to drive for them next season. And so the other 2 dominoes is going to be Riley Herbst at 2311 because that's who's going to 2311, and Zane Smith, the Front Row Motorsports. Can they get those? Can they get those deals done? They're basically done. Like they're just waiting on this lawsuit deal. So that's the rest of the silly season dominoes. We already know who's going where, allegedly. Whatever you got to say. Like they haven't announced it yet, but it's pretty much that's what's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Herbst and Zane Smith as well. They're also in that kerfuffle, if you will, of limbo with the charter deal, with the lawsuit and everything. If Blaney wins the championship, it will be the original legendary number 12 driver, a well-deserved Bobby Labonte nod. That would be cool. BB Heim finally gets the truck championship in 2025. We'll see. He's going to have some stiff competition from Rookie of the Year, Lane Riggs. Those guys have been racing for a long time together, so that's going to be interesting next season as well. Hey, BB, what's good? Ready for the championship race? What's up, Jermaine? Good to see you on here, my friend. I'm always ready for the championship race. Hopefully, it's going to be a good one. So far, we've had 2 pretty good races, so this one should follow suit. I'm officially over the NASCAR championship format. I'm done. Go Joey, says Matt Robin. I think a lot of people feel like that. But we're going to stay positive for this race, and then after this race, we'll bitch about it after that. But we'll stay positive for this race, and then hopefully in the offseason, NASCAR said they're staying with the playoff system, which doesn't surprise me. The way they said it is not necessarily the way I would have said it, but hopefully they do change it because the second part of that comment was they would look at possibly changing it. So hopefully they change the format going forward, but they stuck their foot in it with how once again. Anyway, Steve, we're going to keep it positive. I'm making fried Kyle Painter sandwiches today for dinner. Appreciate it there, Bumblebee. Jenna, you going out to watch the race? I'm going to State Line Valley. If you are going out to watch the race, would love to meet you sometime. Hey, there you go. Cassandra and Gina living pretty close to each other. That's pretty cool. Come on. I love Rowdy, but the streak is dead. I'm holding out hope. I'm staying positive. I'm leaning toward you're logically correct, but he still got one more chance. Still got one more chance. You never know what can happen in these races. I'm holding out hope, Gina. Let's see. Phoenix at night is so much better. I wouldn't be opposed to moving this Saturday night. So time works for TV. Run trucks Thursday night. Xfinity Friday night. That could be something they look at in the future. I don't know. Riley Herbst got Stuart Haas Racing's final Xfinity win. That was pretty cool too. And 30 minutes after he won the race, he finally got interviewed at the start finish line. So that was interesting as well. We got we got Justin Allgaier's interview. We got Justin Allgaier's crew chief's interview. We got Dale Jr. interview. We got Justin Allgaier's grandfather, his great grandfather, his wife, his mama, his mammy. And then we finally got to Riley Herbst, who won the race. Martin Truex Jr. or KB would be great, says Work Phone. Or Cassandra, sorry. Let's see. Apparently the Giants fumbled, which led to the Panthers game-winning field goal. Oh, that's that's such a Giants thing to do. Although the Panthers could possibly do that as well. It's pretty much one of those games that nobody wanted to win, but somebody eventually had to win it. That's the Panthers Giants this year, unfortunately, for fans of those fan bases. I don't see Tyler Reddick leaving 23-11 under any circumstance. I don't either. I think they're just throwing that out there to help their case legally. So that's what I thought it was about. A little bit of posturing there and intelligent from that aspect. Work Phone, who dis? I live by Idaho State Line. My peeps live in Post Falls. Says Gina. Fried Painter says one wise guy. Hickory Motor Speedway, home track of Martin Truex Jr. Says Jamie Schweitzer. Indeed. Live by. Says Gina. My prediction for Reddick wins and Michael Jordan announces he is getting out of the sport. I don't think so. I don't think he's getting out of the sport. I think they're just trying to get a fair, in their opinion, in 2311's opinion, they're just trying to get a fair shake for everyone in the sport. I don't think they're leaving. Is McCaffrey playing today? I'm on a bye. I think everything points to he's going to play today. So, of course, they're not going to announce it to the last minute, but he's most likely playing today. Seahawks are sucking too, says Gina. Go Hawks, says one wise guy. That race last night, you at least got a bye week this week, so you won't lose. That's for sure. The race last night, I only know that because I've got them as my defense, and they had a bye week, so I had to drop my defense and get another defense. The race last night was freaking awesome, BB. I just heard that the backup car Allgaier used was also driven by Dale Jr. at Martinsville, and he said it was really a fast-ass car, says Lloyd. Yep, indeed it was. Indeed it was. And everybody pitched in to get that thing wrapped and everything like that. They had some great posts on social media about the whole team chipping in. Brandon Jones was out there because obviously, he felt terrible. He was out there helping them as well. So it was a total team effort. Good work from the JRM gang to just to get the car out there and then, of course, win the championship. Consistently inconsistent as NASCAR, but freaking love it. Let's go. I was talking to somebody the other day. I said it's my favorite sport, but it's got the worst management. I love the sport, but the management, in my opinion, is just total garbage. Did you see Junior running in the championship flag? Goober, LOL, says one wise guy. I didn't see that. I'm making a big pot of soup so I can cry my salty tears into it and eat my sorrows, says Gina. I understand, but there's always next year. And I think they're going to come out the gates pretty strong next season. I think they got something big in the works. They just haven't announced it yet. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Indeed. I forgot to mention that at the top, so appreciate you there, Lloyd Barnes. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans and enjoy the holiday. We thank you for your service, and I second that. Appreciate you dropping that in there because I was talking about Bobby Allison, and I meant to mention that right after it, but I forgot. So yeah, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. I think Glock. So happy Veterans Day to Glock. He's at the track, so happy Veterans Day to him. McCaffrey is active today for the Niners, says Crystal Sparkles. BB, who will win the race or championship on Earth 2? Oh. I'm going to go with Jeb Burton wins the race on Earth 2. The championship on Earth 2, I'm pretty sure that's going to John Hunter Nemechek. No doubt about it. Who's my dark horse? I'm going to go with Rowdy, but that's a heart pick. So if I had to pick an actual dark horse, a lot of people are going to pick Ross Chastain. That's not I don't feel like that's a deep enough reach or a deep enough pick. Let's go. I'm going to go Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs could win this race. Nobody's really talking about him. This could be the Ty Gibbs win right here. So I'm going to go Ty Gibbs as the statistical dark horse here. Camaro is a vet too. So there you go. Glock and Camaro. Happy Veterans Day to you as well. Let's see. I'd really love to see Truex with that great paint scheme win today. I think he's got a good chance, Lloyd. I think he's got a really good chance as long as he doesn't, do what he did at Martinsville and shoot himself in the foot, or possibly Kyle Busch. Ryan Blaney hopefully gets the championship, but my gut says it's Logano. Yeah, I don't know which one to pick there between the two Penske cats. Like, just flip a coin. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they're both going to be really good. BB, can you put that race helmet on behind you and do the rest of the stream in the helmet? The viewers would be so pumped up. Half crack the visor for increased effect. I could, but that's a really long walk. Maybe one day. That'll be an off-season project. So we'll do the race helmet as an off-season project. That's actually that's my go-kart racing helmet, and my real racing helmet is somewhere over there as well. I think my real racing helmet is behind Minnie Larson there with the Hans device sitting on top of it, and that one's just matte black. It's really boring. Spiced up the go-karting helmet with some paint pins. Chase Elliott wins the race. William Byron for second and wins the first championship. I like your pick of Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is really good here, and nobody's really talking about him either. I feel like Chase Elliott and Ty Gibbs both good here, both qualified well. Nobody's really talking about him winning the race though, so I'm with you on that. Bill gets the win. Bell's another one, but I wouldn't be surprised if he won here. But how bittersweet would it be if he won the race? And of course, Ross Chastain, you can never count him out here. This is a Ross Chastain track for sure. I think he has something to prove. I'm with you on that. Like that definitely could for sure. Do you check the mail with the go-kart? Says one wise guy. I do not. The go-kart is kept at a buddy's house because that's where the track is at. Basically kept at Craig's house. Thoughts and prayers to Craig. He's going through some stuff right now. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers as well. Teresa Earnhardt gives the command today. Gives today's command, says Jamie Schweitzer. At least someone won, says Gina Allison. Yeah, indeed. And also saying Happy Veterans Day there with the emojis. Right now, the poll question's looking like 31% are going with Tyler Reddick. So 31% Tyler Reddick. 24. I'm surprised. I thought the Penske guys would lead the vote, but 31% going with Tyler Reddick, 23% going with Wild Billy Byron, Old Dirty Blaney, aka ODB, 23%. So a tie right there between Blaney and Byron, and 24% for the Jolo. 62 votes in. Condolences to Craig and his family, says one wise guy. Indeed. Going through a tough time. Unfortunately, Rosie also. Prayers for Craig and his loved ones. I see y'all on the Discord, says one wise guy. Yep. And it looks like we've reached the end of it. So there you go. Tyler Reddick going to win at 31% according to all the votes that are in now. And we'll do this again when the race ends, or about probably an hour or so, maybe more than that after the race ends. But until then, good luck to your driver. Hopefully they win. And yeah, hopefully all your DK picks for football win as well. Until then, peace.